And welcome to BYU Sports Nation. How are you?
I'm doing great. How are you guys?
We're fantastic, especially after having read your article about Mark Pope as he approaches year 2 of his tenure head coach at BYU. What did you learn about Coach Pope that you didn't know about him before you wrote the article?
Fantastic interview. And I have not spent a lot of time talking to Mark throughout the years, but there's definitely a charisma there. And I think as much as your X's and O's chops determines how a program moves forward, kind of can't fake it when you're out there in the stadium, in the arena during games, you need a personality plus guy to create a vibe around the program. I think players respond to those kind of coaches. So if you have that charisma about you that draws people in, and you can add a touch of self-deprecation in there too. I sense that he's probably got a really nice touch in that locker room with his ability to relate to guys.
Yeah, and last year he constantly was talking about we have the best locker room in America. It's a hashtag they use. They love that. And I think he's the perfect coach for 2020. I just think he gets it, right? He's basically a coaching form of TikTok right now. I think that's what he is.
It's tough because you've got to be able to be demanding, but and as any coach will tell you, I'm not making this up, they have to know you love them in order to be demanding of them. Yeah. So you start with building that relationship, and then you can get a lot out of guys.
We used to tolerate the Bobby Knights back in the day. It's like, no, that's the Mark Popes today, right? Yeah, it's different. Yeah. It's different.
Yes.
Based on your research, and you were extremely thorough in your article. Listen, when we learn a ton from this, we go, wow, impressive. This was amazing. Do you feel like BYU has the makings of a tourney team right now?
Yeah, I mean, it's just a matter of the pieces coming together. I mean, we don't know what the actual schedule is going to look like, but they certainly have enough chances to prove themselves to get into at-large contention if they don't win the league or secure the automatic bid. They have pieces, a lot of pieces that are really, really interesting and can create a lot of matchup difficulties for other teams. They're going to have to kind of be a special preparation for other teams. I don't know that you're going to be able to go into a game with BYU and say, we're just going to run our stuff. You're going to have to think about doing things differently with all the matchups that Mark Pope can go to. But, the devil's in the details. I mean, you've got to figure out how all these pieces fit. And that's certainly not a guarantee, in July. It's not even a guarantee in November when you start a regular season, assuming everything starts on time. The way guys mesh, the way guys play together, the way guys flow together, that's not a guarantee almost ever. Even when you have a lot of guys back, you never know. Now you really don't know with BYU because there's so many parts that are new and or in new roles. The potential is there, but they've got to figure out how it all comes together.
Brian Hamilton, senior writer at The Athletic, is with us on BYU Sports Nation previewing BYU basketball. Let's talk about some of those new pieces and old pieces and new roles, beginning with the backcourt. And I can't tell you how happy we are, Brian, that ABBA, the ABBA backcourt, made it into your article because we started that in Studio B. We started that here.
For better or worse.
There you go.
Okay, Alex Barcelo.
My wife will tell you I am not a big fan. I'm the Mamma Mia. I was not a huge fan of Mamma Mia at all, but I had to get it in there. You can't resist.
Anytime you get the money in there, let's go, man. Let's go. The ABBA backcourt with Alex Barcelo and Brandon Averett. We're intrigued by this because Alex Barcelo was kind of the third or fourth scorer on this team, highly efficient. And then in comes Brandon Averett, a transfer. So what gives you the impression that the ABBA backcourt could work well for Mark Pope?
Well, there's a couple of things working for it, I think, and a couple of concerns I'd have about putting them out there together. Barcelo, I think, talked a lot to me about still setting up for other guys, still being the guy that makes other guys better. He's probably got to be a little more selfish in a good way, hunting for his shot, looking for his shot. He's got to take on a little bit more of the offensive responsibility. Averett, to me, again, grad transfers can kind of go either way when they come up a level. I know Pope knows him well, but there's still going to be an adjustment when you grad transfer up. It can kind of be a roll of the dice with those guys. Now, in saying that, if you run those two guys out there and they're as good defensively as Mark Pope thinks they are, then you can dictate to the other team, I think you have to do that if you're going to play them together, because you run into problems defensively, being caught in switches. Two undersized guards is not really the ideal, I think, for being a top-notch defense in modern college basketball. But if you can impose your will on the other team and take them out of a little bit by going 94 feet, by pressing a little run and jump, then I think you can put those two guys together. But you kind of have to do that. And either way, when they're out there on the floor, I think you have to accept the fact that you're going to need some rim protection, because if you get caught in bad switches or have bad matchups, fortunately, BYU has an abundance of size and potential rim protectors. So I think the minuses are, it gets a little tricky in terms of defensive matchups and switching if you want to do that kind of stuff. Pluses are, as long as Brandon Averett adjusts fairly well to a new level, having two veteran guards back there is a pretty good recipe for having a strong team.
Mark Pope said a lot of interesting things in the article. One of them was this about Richard Hardwood, the Utah Valley transfer. If you watch these Marvel movies, he's like the Incredible Hulk. He just wants to run into walls. He loves it. He just loves to go hit people. He's an intriguing piece coming off a red shirt, and we're excited to watch Richard Hardwood. What's your impression of him based on your conversation with Mark?
Yeah, I think you're obviously not looking at a guy who's going to come in and be sort of a Yoli Childs dominant force in the post, at least from an offensive end necessarily. But I think his rebounding numbers per 40 minutes are off the charts. I mean, this guy's going to be able to hit the glass. Pope talked about him being a great vertical defender, meaning that he's long, obviously 6'10", 6'11". He's huge if he's going to play at like 270, 275. But he's got enough lift off the ground and he stays straight up that there's that rim protection you're talking about. I think he's got to be sort of your anchor back there, fix the rebounding issues that were an issue last year. He'll take care of that. Protect the rim. He's definitely going to dissuade drivers coming into the lane. They're going to have to think twice about running into him. And then finish, roll to the rim, finish in close proximity. When you get into the restricted lane, make sure you're making 70% of your makes from there. I don't think he needs to be your lead guy offensively, but if he does all those other things, then he kind of ties everything together.
We're talking with Brian Hamilton, writer for The Athletic. Brian, which of the BYU players is the most intriguing or most surprising based on your conversations with Coach Pope?
I'm interested to see how Gavin Baxter comes back at full health. I mean, Pope says he's 100% now after the injury that cost him most of last year before he dropped the red shirt late. They want to get him up, I guess, another 6 or 7 pounds based on what Pope told me. But if he's as explosive as an athlete as Pope says he is or can be, and you're talking about a guy who's 6'9", 228, 229, that's just a different dimension for your team, because that does allow you a lot of freedom to switch defensively. Allows you a lot of lineup flexibility. Whether, can he get back up to speed over a weird summer where they're kind of coaching him and kind of not, and he's just in there on his own a lot? It'll be interesting to see, because, Pope called him like a low-level Giannis type if he hits his ceiling. That's a pretty nice piece to have out there on the floor. But, again, coming back from injury, you never know.
Brian, great to talk with you. Before you go, how can people get more of your content and read more of your articles?
Sure. It's over at theathletic.com/college basketball. Any story right now, free 30-day trial for anybody who want to sign up. So you can read about BYU and kind of tootle around on the site, see what else is there, and get all the info you need. Theathletic.com/college basketball.
Fantastic. We highly recommend it. And now it's time for you to go jam out to ABBA. So we'll let you go do that. Thanks, Brian.
Tune it up. Thanks, guys.
Brian Hamilton, senior writer for The Athletic on the Deseret First Credit Union Hotline. Deseret First, you know why, we show how.
Listen,